Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 29th of November. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, today is the last day of November, and obviously Monday is the first day of December, and so both of those are leaning bullish. We don't have a bearish end of the month lean for this month. So, right, we've made after Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. By the way, after Thanksgiving, we are pretty close to the highs. We haven't actually made a new all-time high yet on ES, but we've already done it on SPX, and we've got no negative divergence. NQ, no negative divergence. Frankly, this is still looking kind of like a bear flag, but I am wondering if this might do a retest of the high. Already done a retest of the high on RTY. We've got a 60-minute sell signal fix, which has been slowly not quite making target for the last couple of days. So we will see. And YM, we've got another one. And I'm thinking both of those may well make their targets today, although I'm not expecting anything particularly exciting to happen today. On DAX, we've still got a double bottom, which has still broken up and still not made target. Basically, the target is a retest of the October high here, which is the all-time high. On ESTX, we've got a nice looking potential double bottom, which hasn't broken up yet, and we will see how that goes. All right, let's have a look at the bigger picture charts. On ES, we're now at the stage where we can actually set up an RSI 5 sell signal. We'd need a bit of a pullback, which we've already had. A retest of the high potentially would give us an RSI 5 sell signal brewing. I am wondering about the upside here today. I'm going to be doing a post today about where I think we may be going, and what I was hoping to see in a run up into Christmas. But basically what I was really hoping to see was a test of this trend line here. That's still a long way away. We've not been doing an awful lot with bull window. This is the end of November, and November was basically one long bull window, and we've done very little with it. Will we continue to? I don't know. I mean, we had the move up after Trump, which made a new high. Basically, we've not made any progress since. So if we were to make this target here, we'd get up into about the 6,200, 6,250 area. It's still possible we could do that, but I'm thinking we may well not. So we will see how that goes. Looking at the hourly chart, we've got a weak RSI 14 sell signal fixed, and the RSI 5 sell signal has made target. But the RSI 14 sell signal is a good signal, and that would generally make target. And I would note that we've got a pretty nice looking potential level top here. Now, this brings me to something I'll be talking about today. I'm expecting a lot of disruption next year. I think we've got a government an administration coming in who are going to be planning to shake a lot of trees, and frankly, a lot of those trees need a good shake. They really do, but that's going to disrupt the markets. We've got a potential. We're potentially going to see some wild moves in the bond market. We're potentially going to see some wild moves in equities as well. So what I was thinking was, if we could knock off my upside targets before the end of December, then all bets are off at the start of January. We will see how that goes, but I think we may well have a tempestuous year on the markets next year. In fact, I'd be rather surprised if we didn't. So we will see, because at the moment, the new presidential administration looks as though he's going to try and deliver on an awful lot of things he was talking about. Tariffs, not so much a clear view of what he's thinking in terms of budgeting and tax and spending and so on and so forth. But we're liable to see a lot of disruption. I think there's a very good chance we see a bond market crisis. Possible we could see a stock market crash. A lot of trees are going to be shaken. A lot of complacency is going to come out of the market, and we will see how that goes. But what I was really hoping here on the weekly chart was that we would get to this trend line here, and then this is the move from 2020. So you got an impulse up, you've got a bull flag forming, another impulse up, and I was thinking we might get another bull flag forming. We may still get that, and maybe we can tag this target, or maybe we'll tag it in the first months of next year. But this is what I sort of had in my mind for next year, but we haven't reached that target. So, and if we can, then that gives us an obvious downside target as well. It's we will see. All right, great. Let's have a look at the others on the Qs. Nothing in terms of a divergence here, and we're actually still testing the daily middle band. We've got on the hourly chart nothing. In terms of the pattern setup here, I've been thinking we should have hit this trend line so far, and I'm thinking we may well hit that in the next couple of days, in which case that may hold and possibly give us a move up into the resistance trend line. Looking at Dire, could easily set up an RSI 5 sell signal here, although we didn't really see a retracement worth mention so far. So not that easy to set up a retracement short term. We've got an RSI 14 sell signal, which is fixed. Looking at the pattern setup, well, this is the trend line I'm really looking at it potentially getting to. We will see how that goes. But at the moment, not really a very particularly clear pattern setup, which is generally something which suggests more upside. Looking at IWM, IWM daily chart, we've got if we didn't already have an RSI 14 sell signal fixed, we would have another one brewing. Could set up a potential signal here on the RSI 5. Nothing on the 60 minutes at the moment. Nice looking potential double top, which I am wondering about, although it probably needs another retest of the high first. But in terms of the trendline resistance I'm looking at, the short-term trendline resistance is a bit higher. We haven't managed to tag it yet. I'm wondering if we might do that early next week. We shall see. All right, great. Let's have a look at... oh, hang on, wait a second. I forgot to look at Nikkei and DAX. Just in terms of DAX, we are back testing the daily middle band, but we're not yet doing any damage below it. So I'm still really liking a retest this high. And on Nikkei, we're well below the daily middle band. So waiting to see if we can see a break back above it. All right, let's have a look at DX. DX, this kind of looks like a bull flag, and I'm leaning towards seeing a retest of the high. ZB has finally broken up from this double bottom, and this has actually got a target in about the 121.20 area. And I'm quite liking that target. No current negative divergence. CL. CL still kicking around the 69.70 area. Still got an open target down in the 63.57 area, and still thinking in due course we're going to make that. NG, this could well be a bull flag forming. I've drawn in a possible bull flag wedge, which could get us back up into the retest this high here at 3.63 area. We'll see how that goes, but that where it's in a headwind for the next few months because we generally see lows in about April. So we will see what it can do in that time. GC, this looks like a bear flag setting up a retest of this low. I am thinking we aren't necessarily done on the downside on metals. On SI, we could be done on SI. We came back, retested this low. We've got a beautiful double bottom here. We do have a little 60-minute sell signal trying to fix at the moment. Could need another retest of this low. HG, just trading sideways since this triangle broke down. Leaning towards seeing a retest of the low here too. All right, let's have a look at Euro. Again, this looks like a bear flag, and I'm wondering whether it's going to break down into a retest of the low, give us a potential double bottom. Not a lot to see here. Canadian dollar was very interesting. This spike here was on the news the other day that tariffs might be imposed, which was a little bit strange. But this was the dollar going up against the CAD, of course. But we've got a beautiful little level top here, and I'm wondering if that might play out. NZ looks like it's breaking up. Australian dollar looks like it's bottoming. We'll see. All right, KC has gone higher. No current negative divergence, but sooner or later this is going to need a retracement. SB still in this very, very long consolidation, which is into its third month, about a third of the way into its third month now. Still expecting this in due course to retest this high, then we'll see how it goes from there. CC going higher. 60-minute sell signal fixed, and if there wasn't already one fixed, there would be another one brewing. Nothing compelling saying it's about to turn, though. Nothing really on a pattern basis at the moment. ZW, cotton, looks possible bear flag here and possible little level top here, might be about to retrace. ZW, I was leaning towards seeing a retest of the low, and we've almost at that retest. Corn is again looking as though it might turn back up here, and soy retested this low and looks as though it might turn back up here. So I'm wondering if they all might turn. Lumber still looks like more like a bull flag forming than anything else, but this could be a head and shoulders forming potentially to take this a bit lower. Live cattle, still expecting to see a retest of this high, and lean hogs has retested that high already and gone higher. I've got trendline resistance up here at about the 90.625 area. All right, great. Let's have a look at questions and have a look at ES again. No questions? Okay, I'm not expecting to see a lot of excitement today. I am thinking we might see a bit of downside, make those targets on RTY and YM, these hourly sell signal targets. I'm hoping we're going to see an actual decent bullish run in December. If not, that's going to leave a lot of unfinished business in the new year. But I am thinking next year, I'm going to be writing about this quite a lot. I am expecting next year to be a tempestuous year on the markets. A lot of trees are going to get shaken, and I think a lot of complacency will come out of the market, and that's not a bad thing actually on the bigger picture, but it's going to be uncomfortable in the short term. And we're also going to have a real test of the bond market as tariffs go up. Inflation potentially goes up with the tariffs, which is what you would normally expect, and then interest rates go up with the inflation. That's going to test the market and the new administration. And if they're also planning tax cuts and expenditure rises, then we have the potential for a significant crisis in bonds. We've seen similar things in other countries, smaller countries, England. But this would be the first time in a long time we've seen that in the States, and I think we may well see that this year. We shall see. All right, great. In that case, that's a wrap. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, and I'll have everything posted ASAP.